Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Taste of Taylor. I'm Taylor, and joining me today, Anna Delvey. Welcome to the podcast, Hey Girl, Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
thanks for having me.
We have a lot to discuss.
Yay.
Like so much, because I have been I'm going to say fan of yours since Inventing Anna came out. Like you're really, you're many things. You are, I would say, an infamous NYC socialite. Fair?
I guess I'll take that.
Fashion designer.
Yeah, almost.
Yep. And we're getting there, but
Yeah.
yes. And then I'm also going to say like cultural queen. Do you realize that?
Oh, thank you. I would never use that in self-reference, but if somebody else calls me that, I'll take it too.
You'll receive it?
Yeah.
I just feel like there was a time where Inventing Anna was on. It felt like, I think we were still kind of on that like pandemic vibe though. You know what I mean? Where it was all about the things that we were watching. Everybody was binging. It was all about the internet's reaction. And like everyone I knew wanted to be for Halloween that year. Seriously, myself included.
I was in jail when it came out, so.
You were in jail when it came out. Okay, so did you get a chance to watch it?
Well, I had a lot of chances, but I'm just choosing not to.
So you, to this day, have never seen it?
I saw the clips and whatever is unavoidable, whatever is out there,
Yes.
but never the whole thing.
How involved were you in the storytelling of essentially your life on Inventing Anna?
So officially I was a consultant, but they would communicate with me just for Jessica Pressler, the journalist. So just because I guess the whole series is being told from her perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that you said that were iconic. And I know that here's the thing. So you were just on Dancing with the Stars, which we'll get more into. But you did the classic Anna thing, which is your one-liners. You're like the queen of one-liners. And so at the end, when you were eliminated, they said, what have you learned from Dancing with the Stars? And you said, I'll let you say it.
Nothing.
Nothing. And we all died because it was like in classic Anna vein. So some phrases that I was saying on repeat from watching the show, Inventing Anna. I want to know if these are things that you actually said.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Fair? Okay, so there was like a classic line of you saying like, that's so boring.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I think
That's
everybody says that.
That's
yeah.
something that you would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically the essence of like, that's so poor.
Whenever we said that, everyone understood it was a joke.
No, trust me, we also understand it's a joke. It's my favorite thing
I never actually meant it, but yeah.
It was just like, ugh, stop being so poor. What else? That's so annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, don't we all say that?
Yeah.
How do you think that they kind of got that nuance? Was that from you consulting or was that from Jessica?
I think they just Neff was involved as well, and a lot of other people. I guess I would be asking them. I guess it's just hard to just take it away just by talking to me alone.
Right.
And they would send me a list of questions and I would answer them. And I met with Julia Gardner once, I think. She came to
How
the
was
prison
that?
I've been. I mean, she's a nice girl. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of hers. She was on a show called Ozark. Did you watch that on Netflix?
A bit, yeah.
She's fantastic. She's
Yeah.
fabulous. So I was over the moon when I heard she'd be playing you. Over the moon.
I actually watched the first season or the first couple of episodes of the first season randomly before I knew this happened, before I got arrested. And I was like, of course they're going to cast the girl who stole a bag of cash. As me. That's how I knew her.
She's also a fabulous actress.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we are fans.
Yeah, huge fans. Let's go all the way back to the beginning, because the story that I basically know is kind of what I saw on Inventing Anna, but it's their version of your story, not maybe your version of your story. So you were born in Russia, grew up in Germany.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you studied in Paris. And then you came to New York City, which is kind of when everything began.
Yeah.
So how did things go down once you moved to New York City? I know you came through the fashion world, essentially, and you fell in love with it. You didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Which I totally get.
I would travel all the time. Now, I never was really in New York all the time. I would go back. I lived in LA for a bit, in San Francisco.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess it's a bit over exaggerated. The whole thing kind of happened within few months,
start to finish, of what the show covered, essentially.
I'm not sure what the show covered, with the whole story with the foundation
Right.
and the project and
Anna
all
Delvey
that,
Foundation.
yeah.
By the way, low key, I still want the Anna Delvey Foundation. They're zero bond. They're Soho House. Like, let's fucking go. Seriously.
Yeah, the building is for sale too, right? Maybe somebody will want to buy it for me.
It's a sign. It's kismet.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many billionaires now. Like, back when you were in the city, it just didn't feel like
everyone was poor. Yeah.
Everybody was poor. All these broke-ass bitches. And now I feel like everybody has, like, money to burn.
Exactly.
So you move here and you start kind of running with the in crowd or an in crowd. I'm a professional social climber. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. When you say social climbing, people, like, turn their nose up like, ugh. But when you say networking, everybody's all up in your dick. You know, they're like, oh, my God, what a great networker. They're the same shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I have to understand, I need to know how you got in these certain social circles. Was it like by happenstance? Was it intentional?
I guess through work. And I don't even like actually know who exactly they mean by the inner circle. I don't know. I just had like this project in mind and I would like reach out to people who would make sense. And I think like any of those relationships I had would be around that project I was working on and not just like random.
Right.
Yeah.
In the show, they kind of show you like there's a scene that stuck out to me of you at a dinner. You, Julia Garner, was ordering wine and was ordering this like really expensive bottle, but like that somebody who was nouveau riche wouldn't order. It was like those kind of things, like the right clothes, the right restaurants, like the right wine, the right foods. These are like subtle things that the like social elite can kind of recognize. So you were able to exist in that world. How did you know about those things?
I don't know, just by being me. I don't know.
Did you grow up fancy? Did you like expose yourself through like, I don't know, magazines or through TV shows or anything like that?
I used to love fashion magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I grew up like on Tumblr. Like there was no Facebook really.
Oh, right.
It like just like started when I was in my late teens. Yeah, I guess like fashion magazines. Like I used to buy Vogues from like every country. Now I was always a big believer like to buy expensive stuff that you wear every day. Like I'd rather buy expensive sweatpants I'm wearing every day as opposed to like a dress I'm going to wear it once or twice.
Right. So you're in New York City, you're doing your thing, you are trying to get the Anna Delvey Foundation off the ground. And then tell us how it went from being all that to you ending up getting into trouble.
I had to watch Inventing Anna for that.
Literally.
And I kind of like spiraled because I felt like the original idea was for me to find investors and for them to buy a building, and I would also own a share in the project.
Yes.
But then the people I would work with, they found this building and it was for lease only. So we had to like rethink this whole thing from the scratch, because now like the model was not like somebody's going to buy the building and have a share in the project. It's like somebody needs to pay rent.
Right. Oh,
and but the building was perfect because it was already like almost done. So I didn't want to like waste 10 years of my life having to like rebuild something. Right. Because when I originally started, I wanted to like build building from scratch in New York.
Which is,
and then somebody like explained to me, it's like, okay, do you want to be 50? And
right. And finally starting this, or just like almost like a turnkey situation. And it was a turnkey situation.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was a great building to like get all the permits and for like the business purposes. Was a great place to have a restaurant and like and all those things in, so it made sense. So I was really hell bent on getting that building, and everyone who was on my team then like, yeah, that's like the best option. So it kind of like started from there. And so you're saying, is the building where the trouble started? Exactly, yeah, because obviously I could not, like, the rent was about $5 million or something, and you had to like put up $7 million.
A year or a month?
A year.
Honestly, in New York City, I would believe it could be $5 million a month.
I think it was $5 million like a year, yeah.
Shit. How did you feel when all the shit went down and you ended up having to go to prison?
Well, I never thought it was going to end up this way.
Right.
And because I thought if anyone were to look into this, they would see that I would never like get the money just for myself.
Right.
And like at my age back then, I thought like that was okay and it was justifiable.
Right.
Because the understanding was always like, even if I were to get a loan, it would be drawn upon like once something gets done, and it would like go directly to the contractors, or like it's not I'm just gonna get like $30 million wired to my account overnight, and I just can go shopping and do whatever I want. So I thought like that it was like a noble thing too. It was like not for me. It was not like I was not trying to steal the money for personal reasons. And I guess I was just not as familiar as I am with criminal justice system and like with all the intricacies of what's legal and what's not legal.
I don't know. I kind of felt that what happened to you, I don't know that I felt that the punishment fit the crime. Did you feel like the punishment fit the crime?
I think my minimum, so there are guidelines for everything that you get convicted of. The sentencing guidelines, I think my minimum was no jail time, probation, like 5 years probation. And I ended up receiving almost the max, which I think like was a bit much.
Yeah. Why do you think that they decided to throw the book at you?
I mean, obviously just because of how profile my case was.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And like to make an example out of me, because they didn't want to see, it's like, oh, somebody were to look at me and think like that's the way to get famous.
Right.
Like I understand their perspective, but it's like one person should not be like made an example or a scapegoat for everything.
What was your reaction like when you got out of jail?
So I actually got out of jail twice. I was out for 6 weeks in 2021. That was before Inventing Anna came out. And I got redetained by ICE like shortly after that for like no real reason really. Like I didn't violate any of my conditions or anything. So back in 2021, that was before Inventing Anna, and it was a bit different.
Okay.
But I don't know. And I had my social media and I had everything. Like I was not on house arrest. It was kind of crazy. Like it's just wild that you don't have access to the internet while being incarcerated, and then you just kind of go out and you have access to everything all the time.
Right.
And I just like kind of went crazy. I was tweeting and posting on Instagram all day, and all of that was used against me during like my future bond hearings.
Interesting. And I also know that you've recently got, well, obviously because I've seen it, but you recently got your social media back, but that was something that you didn't have for a while, right?
Yeah. I got it like back in August, about half a year ago.
Wow. What was it like living without social media? Was it kind of weirdly refreshing, actually? Not having access to any of it?
Yeah. I guess it was a weird feeling. It's like I felt like not deplatformed, but like I didn't really have a voice of my own, because everything that I would do at the time, I would need to rely on mainstream media. And that was like a bit frustrating. Like you always have to trust somebody to communicate your message, while like now, if I'm doing something, I can just post something on a story or like make a post. It's just so much easier in that way. And that's how like, I'm trying to use social media now.
So just to go back to Rikers for a second, what was it like being in prison? I mean, was it scary? Was it boring? Was it like, what was it like?
I think it was like a mix of boring and I guess terrifying and exciting. And I didn't know anything about Rikers.
I still don't. Tell me about it.
Like I didn't even know how bad of a rap it has.
But it's known as a tough prison.
Yeah, I think I don't think like jail or prison is that bad. Like if you don't have a dick, I don't know.
No, fair. I was actually wondering that because Orange is the New Black, another one of my favorite Netflix shows. But I mean, prison's prison, but like it made it seem a little less scary than male prison for sure.
Because I think like male primary currency when you're kind of removed from society is violence.
Yes.
While with women is like more kind of like a high school. So it's like more petty.
So it's just like talking shit about each other behind each other's backs.
Yeah.
Stealing hair products.
Yeah.
Are there hair products?
Oh yeah.
What kind?
No, people would like put Nair in each other's shampoos.
That is a Gossip Girl reference. Nair-tinis?
Yeah.
Blair Waldorf invented that. That is unbelievable. Nair-tining. I actually had an ex-boyfriend who threatened to Nair-tini me on Halloween. We were like in 8th grade. And I wonder if he served time at Rikers now, because I don't know if he picked that up. I never heard of it before. He's like, you better watch out for me on Halloween or I'm going to Nair your hair. Like, by the way, which would make me bald. Right?
I mean, it would be like hard and long process. It's not like you just put a little bit of Nair in your hair.
Wait, did you Nair-tini anybody in prison?
No.
Did anybody try to Nair-tini you?
No, I don't think so.
I need to know a story about somebody getting Nair-tini'd.
Oh, they did like all the time. I've heard like so many stories about other people.
What about hooch? Because if I'm bored, I want to drink.
It was like so much effort. I don't know. I tried like a sip once, but it was too disgusting. It's just sweet. It's like it's also like a crime to
right. It's definitely breaking rules.
And you have to like wait for months until it's actually any good, and it just takes like absolute garbage. I don't know.
What do you put, like fruit in it?
I think they put in like bread in a hairnet and then mix it like with canned fruit.
Yikes.
And put it like in a bottle, and you have to like, what do you say, burp it?
Burp it.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple things on it, but I'm not really an expert. But you were saying, not really your thing.
No, I observed people doing that. It was like you have to hide it. Oh my gosh, one girl.
In your toilet, right?
Well, one girl hid it like in an officer's desk because they have like a station in the middle. And this is like an office only stays there for 8 hours. So it's like it's an 8-hour shift.
And then it's open. Like it's free. Nobody's there. It's vacant.
No, I mean they make rounds and stuff, but it's like it's kind of an officer's desk, but it's not just one officer's desk. And she put it like in the drawer in the very, very back, and then one officer found it. Because otherwise like your cell gets searched all the time.
Like every day?
No. Probably like once every other week. I don't know.
What kind of stuff do they confiscate?
I mean, they're like always looking for drugs or weapons.
Right.
Yeah, like something illegal or like altered uniforms. I got all my uniforms confiscated.
Because you altered them?
Mm-hmm. Or like when you have too much stuff. You're not supposed to like have too much stuff.
When you would alter them, would you like, I don't know, like, was it just like a needle and a thread, or did you have like a sewing machine that you had access to?
So in prison, they actually sell like a sewing kit.
No kidding.
Yeah, but you're only supposed to use it to shorten like your pants or something.
So what
or,
did
like,
you do that got you in trouble?
Well, so basically all the uniforms are the same. Males and females get the same thing. Like the only difference is the sizes.
Okay.
And I like put my uniforms from inside out, and I trace my body contour. And I just like sew it. And it looked amazing. But like they made me take it out when they saw me in the whatever
Wait,
on the
why
walkway.
is it illegal to look cute? I don't get it.
You're not supposed to like look good in prison, I guess.
I don't think that's fair. Call me crazy. You know what I mean?
They made me like take it out with my fingers.
Right, because like you couldn't use scissors.
Yeah. And they charged me with like destruction of DOC property.
Everyone calm down. You know what I mean? It's like fashion. She just, it never stops.
Exactly.
Give me a break. That's crazy. Were you allowed to like put makeup on?
In prison, you have makeup, yeah.
That's not fair. So you can wear makeup, but like, why is it a war against fashion?
I don't know.
What were your shoes like?
The shoes were ugly. Well, you can have your own sneakers, but they cannot have any blue, orange, or gray on them, or black, I think, because that's the cop colors, and they have to be like uniform, and they cannot cost more than $80. And whoever mails them to you, they have to provide a receipt. Yeah, that was like another big business. Faking receipts, like from people on the outside, because they would send you Yeezys, but obviously you cannot find Yeezys for $80,
right?
So there are people who you can ask, who would like fake you a receipt.
Did you have Yeezys?
No.
Do you like Yeezys?
No,
I don't either. I never got it. I know fashion is like subjective, but I could never get behind them.
I had like some of the like apparel from like his clothing collection, but the hotel that was storing my stuff, like they decided to steal it. They needed it more, so.
Wait, you have so many stories. I don't, my head is spinning. Wait, so the hotel that you were staying at, when you were in jail, they kept all your stuff?
They still had my stuff, because I got arrested. So I mean, I guess it was nice of them to store it, but they only like gave me back half of it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And they took all the good stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't say they took all the good stuff. They
what
took
did they
like
leave
bizarre.
Behind?
They took like they left some of my like old furs, like Louboutins. They left that. They left like old hair care, I guess, or skin care.
Did you have any bags?
They did, like a couple. What else did they take?
Bags are like children. That's not okay.
Yves Saint Laurent jacket, my tennis gear, like just weird stuff.
They kept or they took?
They took, yeah.
So random.
All the Yeezy stuff was gone, yeah.
Interesting.
Enjoyed that.
Do you have any idea who did it?
No, one of them.
They should go to jail.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's grand larceny.
It is grand larceny.
Anything over $1,000 worth, it's grand larceny.
Wait, so back to prison. So could you read books there? Could you have an iPad there? You said no phone, right?
Well, you had like a phone, like a community phone in Rikers. I've been to so many.
A payphone.
Yeah.
But not like a cell phone.
No.
They confiscate that.
No, you cannot have a cell phone in there. Like, you can pay people to get you one, but it's a lot of maintenance to like keep it charged, to keep it hidden.
Exactly. And if you get caught, you're in even more trouble, and you don't want to do that. You're not looking to cause trouble. You're looking to get out of there.
Yeah. I think now they have tablets.
I was going to say, what about a Kindle?
Yeah. It's kind of is a Kindle.
Yeah. Is there a TV?
Yeah, there's like a community TV.
Who picks the channel?
Oh my gosh, whoever is the strongest one, I don't know. You have a book, you can sign yourself for the book. It's like, I want the 6 to 7 slot. And you're like the king of the TV for that slot.
Do they have Bravo?
I think so, yeah.
Do they have streaming services like Netflix?
No, they have Pluto TV on, I think, iPads.
Huh.
On the tablets, yeah. So the tablets just only got introduced, I think.
Recently.
Yeah, like in 2022. So when I was in Rikers, I'm not sure how it is now. They didn't have it, but they might have it now.
So what would you like do to pass the time aside from sewing and getting your clothes taken away from you?
So on tablets, you can like buy music, you can read, you can rent movies, you can message people.
Okay.
It costs like whatever, 30 cents a message.
Shut the fuck
So
up.
it's a huge money machine. And then they also charge you, I think, 5 cents per minute to use the Wi-Fi.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So did you have like friends there?
I mean, there are like a lot of nice girls there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not anyone to like jail. I met so many people.
Okay, so you served your time. Do you think that the punishment fit the crime?
No, I don't think so. I just don't think there's any worth in like sitting in jail for such a long time.
Right.
I think there should be like some kind of an alternative. And I don't think like they just apply the same thing to everyone. No matter what you've done, you get the same experience.
Right. It should be case by case basis.
Yeah. I think it should be more personalized, especially like everyone has their own idea of hell.
Yes.
Like I know some people, like I hated to be in the dorms. I loved being in cells, but I know some people.
What's the difference?
So in dorm is like basically an open plan.
Oh my God. Like
Yeah.
bunk beds, like camp.
Yeah.
Not fun camp, just to be clear.
Yeah.
And then cells, you have your own. And do
Yeah.
you always have a roommate or not necessarily?
No.
Did you
No,
not?
I never had a roommate, no.
What a dream. You know?
Also, like during COVID, I think they canceled that, and like at Rikers, they don't really have roommates. Yeah.
Exactly. And are your doors open all the time?
No.
No, they're always locked.
They're locked. I think like during night and like during the count times, and you can ask them to open your door. Like it depends on the officer, but you're supposed to ask. You're not supposed to like keep your door open.
And did you like that more than having it like open door policy?
Um,
Make you feel safer?
That just you're not exposed to like all the nonsense at all times.
Exactly.
I think the first time I went to like solitary,
Oh, why did you go to
From the-
solitary?
it sounded like garbage. I don't know.
Sure. Nothing.
I
Fucking
don't
nothing.
remember. I had like 5 days or something, and I remember they put me in a cell, and like I just like a breathed sigh of relief. I was like, "This is awesome." I'll do anything to stay here.
What do I have to do
Yeah.
to spend the rest of the time in solitary? So what did you do to pass time? Is it like dark? Do you get food?
Yeah, it's just the same as like regular day, just like you sit inside your cell, which is kind of like not so bad anyways.
Do they let you bring a book?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
What did you read?
I read so much. I read like a ton of Tessa Moshfegh, who I actually just met in Los Angeles.
Amazing.
Michael Lewis. I read a lot. Like I have not read this much ever since.
You're very intelligent, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I can tell. So I feel like you were reading like really important shit in there. I'd be reading like Judy Blume. Third grade reading level over here.
I read like so much, like just like random stuff too. The one who wrote The And Ed's With Us.
Yes, Colleen Hoover.
Yeah. So I had to read it because like it just takes, when you move like places, it takes a while to like get your stuff. So
Okay.
yeah. So that was like the only thing for me to read.
It was
So I
the
read
only
a
thing
ton of,
available.
yeah. So I read a lot of that too. So I think I actually read that book too.
Did you like it?
Against my will. I mean, it's just not my thing, but I guess, yeah. I just don't like the tragic relationship drama. Yeah.
So you get out of jail, and I feel like that's when you and I got set up by the universe to meet.
Yeah.
Because so for anybody that doesn't know, I met Anna through Kelly Cutrone. So Kelly and I have been friends for years and years and years. She's like one of the most special people on the face of the planet. And I don't know when I connected the dots that you guys were friends. I think it was actually like last winter in St. Bart's. Like, I'm not even joking. Tay, would you say that that's right? So we were in St. Bart's for our like long delayed honeymoon. And I had a call from Kelly. So like I said, I was a big watcher of Inventing Anna and I was going to be you for Halloween. And I'm just like obsessed with you. Yeah. So I'm like, get out of the shower. And Tay's like, Kelly Cutrone just called. And so I was like, okay, I'll call her back. So she's like, she FaceTime. So I'm like in a towel and I FaceTime her and I'm like, what's up? And she was like, oh my God. So I'm here with Anna Delvey right now. And I'm
like, I remember that.
So she was like, and we are going to do a cooking show. You know how Kelly do.
Yeah.
And you also like love Stassi Schroeder. And Stassi is of course my best friend. The audience is like, yeah, bitch, we know. That's all you talk about. So basically she was like, we got to get Stassi and Anna together. And like, you have to meet Anna and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, this is the craziest thing ever. And then, of course, I realized that you were actually living at Kelly's estate, I would call it, upstate New York. So how did the Kelly of it all happen? So you get out of prison.
So I did call her daddy while I was still in jail.
Okay.
And Alex Cooper asked me, oh, what made you move to New York? And I'm like, it's like, it's never just one thing.
Right.
But they always want to hear like one sentence answers. And I'm like, well, whatever. I watched MTV and The Hills and Kel on Earth.
Kel on Earth?
Yeah, I was like Kelly Cutrone. And I guess Ava, her daughter, listened to it. And she's like, oh, mommy, you are on Call Her Daddy.
I'm literally dead.
Kelly was like, what did I do this time? She was like, no, Anna like credited you. Is there a reason? Yeah. And she's like, oh my gosh. And then we got connected by a mutual friend like shortly hereafter. And that was last summer, actually.
Oh, wow.
Not the last summer, the summer before that, 2023. And God, the time flies.
Literally.
And that was shortly before the fashion week. And she's like, let's do something together for the fashion week. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm on house arrest. And it's like, let's just do a show at your house. I was like, okay.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So Kelly told me that she was like, Anna, just come live with me, because you basically left a small cell to move into a studio apartment in New York City, which is essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
So just come where you can be like free range chicken.
Yeah, she's like, you should move upstairs. Like, no, I don't really want to. But then I spent, I think, like 2 or 3 months at my other friend's farm, also in upstate New York. And she's like, whatever, it's like, it's boring there. Come over to stay with me.
Fucking sure. Yeah, it's always a party.
I'm like, well, it's kind of far. I was like, whatever, I don't want to sit at home because it's really tough to just sit in an apartment in New York. I was on 24/7 house arrest.
24/7.
Yeah. And then like the only time I could leave the house would be like for my weekly appointments.
Right.
And yeah, New York is not really fun to just like to sit
I mean,
home.
good delivery for sure. But aside from that, really. So then how do you like even get the courts to agree with you leaving where you are to go to Kelly's? Like, was that an easy process or?
Well, they can't really control where you live because like they don't pay for anything. I never like took $1 from the government. You pay for everything yourself.
Wow.
As opposed to like the popular belief that the government was paying for my apartment in East Village. That was never the truth.
That was not the case.
So you just tell them, like, I am allowed to move anywhere within the state of New York. So
state of New York. And so then you moved to Kelly's. So now where are you with the house arrest? Because as we saw on Dancing with the Stars, you still had your ankle bracelet on, which, do you still have it on?
I still do, yes.
Oh my God, it's so chic. I literally thought it was your boot.
I didn't have the time. Usually I take the time to put my tights under it, but I was in a rush.
Oh, your tights like actually physically under it?
Yeah, because it's kind of like loose. So I can just be in the tights are kind of thin and flexible. So like I put them under.
You have to do a line of ankle bracelets.
Exactly.
Will you?
I think the government beat me to that.
Make it chic. And you did make it chic for Dancing with the Stars. At what point did you go on Dancing with the Stars? How did that come to fruition? Was that with the help of Kelly?
No, I guess I approached my manager.
Okay.
And I got released of house arrest in August. And I think like they reached out to my manager and asked him if I would be up for that. And I guess I said no like a couple of times. And I was like, well, why don't we just ask ICE if they were open to like allowing you to travel to California.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, they're probably gonna say no anyways. And they've been like going back and forth, like where would she be staying, what's going on, like send the schedule. And that was for I think like 10 days or 2 weeks.
Right.
And then they say yes, I think on a Tuesday afternoon, and then like on Thursday I was on a plane
To go
to California. Yeah, because it's like, okay, they approved it. Just like, well, you're gonna do it, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't really have any time to think about it. And I was like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Like, I'll work out for a bit.
Right, which is essentially what it is. Are you happy that you did Dancing with the Stars?
Like, I don't regret anything.
No. I thought you, first of all, you can dance very well.
Oh, thank you.
Second of all, you are so stunning. I mean, listen, obviously, like in person, you can tell, but like those little outfits, you can't hide shit, girl. You looked fucking fire in every single look. Really.
Oh, thank you.
It was unbelievable.
There were only 2.
How, that's true. How, but still, you rocked them. How involved were you in the design itself? Because you are very much, you know, into fashion.
Yeah, so they have a great costume design department.
But
so
you get to work with them, or do they kind of make the decisions for you?
So they send you a mood board. So I guess there's like a general mood that they want you to follow, but you get to say like on the details.
And the ankle bracelet,
Yeah.
bedazzling it, was that your idea or was that their
It
idea?
was their idea, yeah.
No way. And did they, so obviously it's the same ankle bracelet, right? You can't have like more than one, or can you?
I mean, we did a show with Untitled last Fashion Week, and they gave me like more fake ones.
Like extra ones.
Yeah.
Like your OG one is the one. Like
Yeah.
you can't literally take it off.
No.
So they bedazzled it, and the bedazzlement was different, was it not? So
I think what Dancing with the Stars did, they put like tape on it, or like they would create the sleeves. So they took the measurements of the bracelet.
got it.
Yeah.
And then they would just like lay the crystals.
Yeah.
Were they real Swarovski crystals? Were they diamonds?
I think so. No, not diamonds. No.
I mean, network TV has crazy budget. Just
I
saying.
know, right?
How did you feel the reaction was to you being on Dancing with the Stars? Were you happy with it?
I don't know. I did not expect like how much people care about the show.
It's really not something that I'm that into, and real talk, I only watched the episodes that you were on because I'm obsessed with you. Like I think you were the only reason I watched it.
I just know it's like so foreign to me personally to care so much about something that has like nothing to do with you and it doesn't really affect people's lives.
I know.
Like it's like I understand you're a fan and like it's whatever. Like you can be a little bit happy or a little bit upset, but like go off. Like I'm like the worst thing that ever happened to the show is like, come on.
Give me a break. Like honestly,
Like it's kind of sad
get a life
for the person. Yeah.
literally. When they asked you what you had learned and you said nothing, like, do you think about the long-term like cultural impact that it's going to have, or is that just like you're genuine, you're just literally nothing? Like, was that just like off the cuff your answer?
Oh yeah, like none of it was scripted.
And honestly too, like, of course you learned nothing. What did they want you to say?
Yeah.
You learned how to dance?
I think it was a nice thing to say in the moment.
Okay, so what is next for Anna Delvey?
Working on my own brand and just like on a ton of other stuff.
Yeah.
On my prison reform. Yeah.
Amazing. Fashion. What's going on with fashion?
A lot of stuff too. We're just like thinking about some options. I just don't want to like say anything and it doesn't happen.
I get it.
Yeah.
Trust me. I'm very superstitious. Toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's better to like under promise and over deliver.
Oh, girl, I've learned that the hard
opposite.
way.
Yeah.
I'm like queen of promising.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh shit, now I have to do this show every single day of the week. Tell me about a story of my life. Before I let you go, I want to do some ins and outs for 2025, okay?
Yeah.
According to Anna Delvey.
Okay.
So, what do you think about Crocs?
In.
In?
Kelly likes them.
Oh my God, you know what? So Dear Media, my podcast company, they just sent me a Christmas gift and it was like fleece lined Crocs. And I mean, old me would have been like, what is this crap? I'm obsessed with them. They're so cute.
I think like I would never wear them like out in the open, but at home.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like wearing them to this podcast. You know what I mean? Speaking of wearing this podcast, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm wearing barrel jeans.
Your Canadian tuxedo.
And okay, so Canadian tuxedo, in or out?
In.
Did you just say that because you love me?
Yeah.
I'm a lesbian. I can get away with whatever I want. Okay, at least they're not overalls. Okay, so J-Lo was recently seen with these barrel jeans, which made me feel very validated. But my barrel jeans are very controversial, okay? Like, I get so much flack on social media for my barrel jeans. You know what they look like, right? Do you need me to stand up?
Yeah, stand up.
Stand up? Okay.
I'm gonna take
You can be
another
honest.
look. Yeah.
Don't lie to me. Okay. So they're like, you see, they're bow-legged, kind of.
I like them. Yeah, I like them.
You like them?
Yeah,
You're
because I think
fashion.
it gives you like a nice round shape.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it's like over exaggerated enough to the point it's like nobody's gonna think you have O legs, like arrow legs.
That's what people say. They're like, you look bow-legged, and I'm like, honestly, it's called fashion.
Yeah.
And you're telling me how little you know about fashion when you say you hate my barrel jeans. Okay, what do we think about bucket hats?
No.
Out.
Out.
They really should never have been in.
No.
And Jeremy, what's his name, Tay? Strong? Jeremy Strong, did you see him at the Golden Globes?
Yeah, with
he
a
looked
seafoam.
Like a dingleberry. Jeremy.
I do like the color though. I really like the seafoam.
That seafoam. I also heard that cherry red's going to be very in for 2025. I can fuck with cherry red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Walmart Birkin. Have you seen?
I've seen, yeah. And they like so I actually just not sued. I had to like send a cease and desist to Walmart
No.
for selling like Anna Delvey sweatshirts. Yeah.
No.
And I have my name as trademark for like all the apparel. And they were selling, I don't know, like 30 different versions of some Anna Delvey t-shirt and
What do they like
hoodie.
have phrases and stuff for your face on them?
yeah, just like some collage, like my name crossed out and like rocking instead of Delvey, like just bunch of
In what world
bunch
do you
of
think they get away
insults.
with
I
this?
don't know.
So you are suing them or cease and desisting?
I mean, they took everything off, so I don't know. I could probably like fight with them some more. Let's
No,
see.
let's see. That. Fun.
So, then I just like saw a TikTok that all the orders for the Wirkin or whatever they're called,
Yeah.
they've been canceled.
So I am a big fan, don't judge me, of fakes because I like fashion and sometimes I am poor. So I would listen, I have some real Chanels and I have some fake Chanels. I have a real Rolex and then I have this fake Rolex. Like, I like to mix and match, if you will. I like to keep people on their toes. And I do have a couple of, I call them Firkins and Fellies. I love my Felly from Amazon. But that's the thing is that, I don't know, there's just something, I don't mean to sound like an elitist, but there's just something about like, it's one thing to get it on Canal Street, okay?
Yeah.
It just feels like it's another to get it from Walmart.
Yeah.
It comes packaged in like this like paper duffel bag with like cardboard flaps. It's sad. The working is, I think, sad,
Yeah.
So working, in or out?
I think in.
Oh,
the people have spoken.
Well spoken. It's in. Okay.
Like not for me personally, but
I sadly saw in 2025 that bag charms are going to be in.
oh
Thoughts?
God, oh no, I don't miss those at all.
I don't either. I think they should be out. Long nails.
I like the look of it. I don't really do long nails myself.
I can't do it.
They just seem dirty to me. And also, I also put like contacts in every day. So
Forget it. Lash extensions. I personally love a lash extension, but when it's done right. When it's done wrong, you look like you have a caterpillar stuck to your forehead.
I would say out and lash lift in.
Lash lift in. And tint?
And tint, yeah.
Okay, fine. We can work with that.
I actually taught myself how to do it. Like
Can you teach me how to do it?
It's so hard. I would not do it again. I only did it because I was on house arrest and I got the kid and I had all the time. It takes me like 2 to 3 hours at least.
Shut the fuck up. I love to, Lashify. This is not sponsored by Lashify, but it should be now. But it's almost like lash extensions, but you do it yourself. And they last like 7 days.
Like with magnets or something.
With fucking magnets.
But I like to do the lash lift. I think it looks great.
It
and
looks
then
fab.
when you use like lash serum, it like looks absolutely the same.
Okay, fine. I'll do it. Anna said to do it. I'm doing it. Spray tans. In or out?
So I didn't really do any spray tans until Dancing with the Stars. I would say it's better than actual tanning.
That's true. I think a tan is always in. And because the sun is so bad for you, I guess spray tans have to be in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just need something that like makes me like not look so orange all the time.
Yeah.
Like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's not really my
Oh my gosh, I'm going to send you the info of the girl who does Dancing with the Stars.
This spray tan girl?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Please
she
do.
has like products too.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, let's fucking go. That's in for 2025.
I think I looked fine, right? I didn't look orange.
You looked fabulous. You looked amazing. Incredible.
Yeah, you can look just like me.
I would like to. Thank you very much. But by the way, do you work out or is that just your bod?
No, they make you work out.
I know for that, but like you can't get that fit in that short period of time.
I will like work out a little bit, but not really. I'm not really that much into working out.
So
sadly.
working out in 2025, in or out?
Out. I would say like sports. Like I play tennis.
Okay.
And I don't really consider it workout because you at least like focused on something else.
It's
you
fun.
focused on the game. But just like to sit there and like lift legs for like 20 times, that's just
And
just for the sake of lifting leg, and there's nothing more to it.
right. Stupid.
That's just boring, yeah.
Boring. And last but not least, Ozempic. You know, all of them, the GLP ones. We'll go Zepbound, in or out.
In.
Thank you. It's my favorite thing in the world. Anyway, on that note, Anna, thank you so much for doing this podcast.
Thank you.
You were so sweet. You were so fun. And you were such an open book. Seriously, I like really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Where can everybody follow you? Where would you like everybody to go support?
Oh, God, nowhere.
No, I want to be invisible.
Do not look at me. No, you can find me at the Anna Delvey on Instagram and I think X and TikTok if it still exists by the time this comes out.
I know. Do you think it's in or out TikTok? Hopefully
we'll
in.
see.
Hopefully in.
Anna Delvey is not real. I'm on TikTok.
Anyway, that is it for us. Anna, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Until tomorrow, bye girl, bye.